In this 25th anniversary year of September 11th, the Tunnel to Towers Foundation continues to honor America's heroes. Heroes like Fire Lieutenant Michael Wells, who was inspired by 9/11 to serve his community. After 14 dedicated years of service, he lost his battle with occupational cancer, leaving behind his wife, Katie, and their 3 children. Tunnel to Towers honored Lieutenant Wells by paying off the family's mortgage in recognition of his sacrifices. Donate $11 monthly and amplify your impact with a car or land donation. Go to T2T.org.
Listen, all you New Yorkers. Excuse me, taxi.
Okay, we're looking around.
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
Well, President Trump did a big exclusive interview with our next guest, and they talked about a whole bunch of stuff. Graham Plattner, Iran, Joe Biden, you name it. Well, joining us now, who better than the great Miranda Devine? She did it for Pod Force One. Miranda, first of all, congrats. And what did you think were the highlights? I saw some of the comments on Graham Plattner have been making a lot of headlines. That and Tallarico. I love how we kind of lumped them together.
Hi, Rita and John and everyone there. Yeah, he really, we went all over the map. And what was extraordinary was that the president is so versatile. He's able to leap from, those kind of minutiae of Senate races in Maine or Texas, knowing, sort of giving these humorous pen portraits of the Democrat candidates. He called Graham Plattner a major sleazebag, and to James Tallarico was even worse, and, a major vegan. Which he said he doesn't work in Texas. But then he's also talking about his strategy with Iran and the Middle East. And, I asked him about his conversation with Bibi Netanyahu, which Axios had reported that the president had, sworn at him and said, "What are you effing doing?" And, "You're effing crazy." And I asked him, "Is that true? Did you talk to the Israeli Prime Minister in those terms?" And he said, "I did." But then he went on to explain that he was perturbed about the fact that Israel was continuing to basically fight with Hezbollah in Lebanon, and he felt that was interfering with his peace negotiations with Iran. And he said they're good friends, and that's just the robust way that they talk to each other. They work well together, and Netanyahu has since confirmed that. So, it's the big boys, and they are communicating in a direct style, and that's the way Donald Trump does things. And I thought it was fascinating and refreshingly sort of open, as he always is, when he's talking directly really to the American people via the media.
And he looks great. I mean, sharp as a tack. I mean, you were throwing all these questions, and he looks terrific.
He looks terrific. And look, I mean, the doctor, his latest medical, which he went through with flying colours, he said, the doctor said his cardiac health is 14 years younger than his actual age, which I would quite believe, because his energy levels are incredible. He barely sleeps, and yet he's firing on all cylinders all the time. And in fact, he seemed like he'd even stepped up a notch. He's always hyper energetic and dynamic and interested in everything and everybody, and like reading everybody's faces and how they are, and just loves the gossip and making jokes. But he was at another level, even higher, and I think it's probably because he's energized by these very consequential decisions he's having to make, and I think he's in his element doing that.
That's a great point, because he's talk about being in the throes and such a consequential president. Ed Cox.
Yeah. In your interview, the other thing that made news was his saying that he would meet with the supreme leader of Iran. I thought after I read the transcript of it that was a little bit overdone by the press. The way he asked the question, he qualified it at the end a little bit.
Like, I'll be with anybody.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that was how he said it. Of course, depending upon obviously what the outcome is.
Yes, and really well spotted there, because it always pays to read the whole transcript or watch the whole video rather than, with the media, it's shorthand and it's a bit of sensationalism and so on. But yes, I mean, I did ask him. He wasn't like he volunteered that he wanted to go and meet the Ayatollah. I said, would you ever want to meet I actually called him the gay Ayatollah, and to his credit, he didn't crack a smile. But and he said, well, I haven't thought about it, but yeah, why not? I meet everyone. So I'm sure he would do it. In fact, I think he said, yeah, why not? If it helps to get the deal, I'd do it. I'd meet anyone. And
did you get a sense that he's close to a deal, or what was the sense on that, Miranda, with Iran?
Not really. I mean, look, he sort of manifests what he wants to be happening and puts a positive light on it. He wants to. He knows, and what he said is that he can do it the nice way or he can do it the other way. And the other way, kinetic, he says he doesn't need to have boots on the ground. He said just bombing. But he said, for humanitarian reasons, I don't want to do that. So I'll do it if I have to. But I just want to give this a chance. And he said that they're confident that they're talking to the right people now in Iran, who are the pragmatists, who are in control and can make the decisions, and that everything has to be then sort of sent via carrier pigeon to the Ayatollah, who I did ask him, is the Ayatollah compos mentis? Is he in a coma, as we've been told? He said, well, he may have bits and pieces chopped off him, but, they tell him that they're sending it to him and they need him to listen to it. And he said that's the way they've done it for many, many years. And so they respect him, and that's the way it's going to be.
Well, Miranda, it's a superb interview. I encourage everybody to check it out on Podforce One. You got so many great topics there with him, and you did a superb job, my friend. It was really awesome.
Great
Thank
interview.
you so much, Rita. Lovely to talk to you all.
Thank you very much, Miranda.
Listen to this podcast now
On the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Why is the middle class shrinking? Why are people facing an affordability crisis while marginalized individuals called informals grow in numbers? Join me as I travel the world, speaking with people living in invisibility, the leaders working to solve it, and uncovering the hard truths shaping our economy and daily reality.
Download all of Red Apple Media's podcasts right now through your favorite podcast platform.